Matt.
Matt,
Where
come
are
on
you?
in.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how you doing? I just jogged from West Hollywood.
Oh, did you? You look good. How
Thank
are
you.
you?
I don't sweat, you know.
Amazing.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Good to see you again. You guys look great.
And you're looking pretty good, too.
Thank you.
Matt McGorry co-stars in How to Get Away with Murder as Asher Millstone, one of several law students who work with Viola Davis's character. But unlike some of the others, this guy, I don't like this guy, but he has no problem saying what's on his mind.
A little of a jerk.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Damn, she's gonna be the most smoking client we ever had.
That's just because you know what she does for a living.
She's not a prostitute.
You really think there's a difference?
Yes, the only reason why they're charging her is because she owns her sexuality.
Or because she killed the guy.
He had a heart attack during sex.
That's how I wanna go out, yo. Laying underneath a hot woman, all snug as a bug in a rug.
Oh, good. I noticed we cut some of that out.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you, we've gotten to a place in the world now where it's okay in prime time,
It is.
but not here.
No? This is not a good morning wake up? I think
It
this
is
was
a-
like
it
jumpstart the engine. You're like, what did I hear?
It is a good morning wake up.
Right, while
for
you're making
sure.
your
All right, so
pancakes,
just
yeah.
use your imagination.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. So now, last time you were here, were you in both shows then? I can't remember.
I can't even remember. I think
it
maybe
overlapped a little.
I think maybe I was just
Yeah.
starting. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some overlap there.
All right, so you're in this show, and you're also in Orange is the
Mm-hmm.
New Black. In this show, your guy, every actor plays their character as if what he's doing is right.
Right.
Is moral,
Right,
whatever else.
of course,
The most
yeah.
immoral characters think they're right.
Yes.
So talk about your guy.
Yeah, my guy, he's an interesting character because he's sort of one of, at least from what we've seen so far, one of the most honest characters on the show. He's upfront in his jerkiness, essentially. I
Right.
think a lot of people, I think I admire at least that he's sort of very forthright in that. But there is some stuff that kind of comes up in this season that show that he does actually have some secrets and maybe is not quite as innocent as we originally thought. But
Will it justify his jerkiness?
Whew, I mean, it's all sort of interrelated, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I could say it would justify it. Yeah.
All right, this storyline we're looking at here right now. You heard pretty much every note pressed there on a woman, a killer, a prostitute, a person owning her own sexuality, etc. Let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, what we see in the episode at least is, there's an exploration into a very high class, I think, like a sex working, sort of industry and, involved with a murder. The woman, is accused of killing her lover, essentially. But one of the things about the show that I really love is we do tackle sort of these issues too that are, we do bring into question, like what makes something okay and what makes it not okay, and how do we kind of judge those things? And I think we're always pushing the envelope in that way, which is sort of nice.
I'd like to talk about this one particular scene from last season. Your dance skills, your dance moves. Let's show a little clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Great.
I know how it works. I don't need no teacher. You come on our turf, we be like, bye Felicia, bye Felicia, bye Felicia. You come on our turf, we be like,
Kind of go all out.
Right.
How awkward was that to shoot with people around?
Not
and where
awkward
did
at
you
all.
learn how to do that?
Not awkward at all, weirdly. And then that's actually from the special features of the DVD, the bonus features, the By Felicia rap video. I don't know where I learned it. I've always...
You don't seem shy. Let's just put it that way.
I guess I'm not really shy. I've always been,
You should audition
gifted in the art
for
of dance.
another Magic Mike movie.
I've done a sketch that you can find
You
online.
did?
That's my audition for Magic Mike, the sequel. Fortunately, they didn't cast me, but I'm not bitter or anything.
Right.
But yeah, it's one of those things you just kind of, when you're there and the cameras are on, you just go all out and you kind of can't have it any other way.
I remember watching it when it happened, and I rewound it to watch it again because I was like, "What? I did not expect you to do that."
Well, thank you.
Well, we talked about it last time you were here. You spent a lot of your life
Yeah, bodybuilding.
Yeah.
pushing
Bodybuilding.
weights into the air.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And that becomes an obsession, does it not?
It sure can.
Do you do it as much now? You can't.
No, I think that you sort of you change goals as you go on in life, and it that level of commitment requires a lot of not just the time you spend in the gym, but it's honestly wrapping your head around it. And I don't hedge my bets and things. Usually, when something interests me, I'm sort of all in, and And
all right. So when you got away from the bodybuilding, which probably was in your head every waking moment, Did you go through withdrawal?
Oh,
Did you go
yeah.
through depression? Did you go through any of this?
Depression.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that's not unfounded.
Really?
You know, I think that, you know, especially there's a certain, you know, rigidity to the lifestyle and like a certain level of aesthetic standard for yourself that, you know, for essentially a normal person, a non-competitor, is not particularly healthy, you know. So I think there was an adjustment period coming out of that. And even when I was sort of trying to transition into acting, understanding that like, oh, I'm judging myself by normal person standards now and not, you know.
Did you understand when you were in the middle of it that this was not normal?
I did, yeah. You know, I think that you sort of make those necessary adjustments. The one bodybuilding show I did, you know, you basically have to tan, you have to put tanning stuff on yourself.
You
Oh,
oiled,
yeah,
you
yeah.
tanned,
Oil
you did
Yeah,
the whole
yourself
thing.
and I remembered being like on the subway, like being orange.
You're like, what the
And
heck?
yeah, but in my mind, I was like, I've done so much other weird stuff up until this point. You know,
Yeah.
you isolate yourself because you're tired from like dieting and working out twice a day. It's like it almost felt like.
So
it was
when you were
just part of
sitting
it.
on the subway there at 59th Street, you're on, you know, you're on the IRT, and people are looking at you and they're saying, "Orange is the new black."
That's right. That's right.
We didn't even get
and that's
to
how
talk
I got the
about
role.
that. I know. Will you be back? You think?
I mean, you have to watch and
You're
find
getting
out.
like crazy death threats because your character all of a sudden.
I know.
got
It's
up and
interesting.
left.
Yeah.
All
Matt,
right.
great to see
Good
you
to
again.
great seeing you again.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
pleasure.
How to Get Away with Murder tonight, 10 o'clock on ABC.